Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this roundup of all the major talking points from social media. We're going to start with this from Kevin. He said, balls. Now that I have your attention, I have great news for you all. I am proud to officially announce that I will be competing in my first matches as your new, true WWE Champion on this year's Holiday Loop. Now, nowhere here does it say he will be defending the Winged Eagle, right? And that is what I've seen a lot of news outlets reporting, that he's going to defend the Winged Eagle. He's going to claim to be the champion. And then whenever you click on the article, it takes you to this post. But nowhere here does it say that. It just says that he is your new true WWE champion. He'll be competing in his first matches as such. I would say that it implies it. And there is a picture below where he has photoshopped it in, right? So I think there's an excellent chance that that is where this is going and that we will see Kevin Owens defending the Winged Eagle Championship on that holiday tour. But I can't bring myself to go as far as some of the news outlets out there because he doesn't actually say that's what he's going to do. He may just get the ring announcer to announce him as the real champion, WWE champion, right? It might not be that we actually see him coming out with that Winged Eagle Championship. I think it'd be great if he did, though, and I think there is a very good chance that he does. But I did just want to highlight the fact it doesn't actually say that in the tweet that he tweeted, right? He says that he's going to be on a holiday loop. That's the term people in the business use. It refers to a string of consecutive shows in different cities over a short period of time, starting in Jacksonville on the 26th, followed by 3 more shows in Florida, and then 1 in Detroit for some reason. Be there to witness history, and the Raw crew have got some shows too. Whatever. I don't know who he covered by the Christmas tree. I don't know if that was him that he covered. I'm not sure, but he covered over Cody's face with his own face. So he's put himself front and center. He's put the Winged Eagle over his shoulder. And so he's done a bit of editing of this image. So again, to be crystal clear, there is every chance he will defend the Winged Eagle Championship on that holiday tour, proclaiming and claiming himself to be the real WWE Champion, which of course is surely going to lead us to a Cody-Kevin rematch, maybe with both championships on the line. Some sort of unification fight, you know, let's get this sorted once and for all kind of situation. Ladder match or something like that with both belts above the ring, right? It could absolutely be heading that way. Something for us to keep an eye on, right? Hence why I've put it as one of the top stories. Then we had this as well. So Carl, shout out to you. The January 3rd edition of Smackdown is reportedly going to air on YouTube for much of the world, including the UK. This is due to the Netflix deal not starting until the January 6th episode. This is coming from Wrestling Observer Radio, and obviously that's a pretty big development because we had heard previously that SmackDown on the 3rd was going to be on Netflix. That's the last I had heard, but now Wrestling Observer Radio are saying no, they're going big with this January 6th launch. They don't want to confuse messages, so it looks like this episode of SmackDown may air for much of the world. Obviously in America it will be on the USA Network, but for the rest of the world it will air on YouTube, right? So that's the latest that we've heard on that. Let's go NXT, shall we? There's lots in here. Just a fun message to start with. Crispy Wrestling said, my girlfriend is a fan of Trick Williams, to say the least. Hey babe, one more thing. What? I hope Eddy Thorpe wins. F you. So there we go. I thought that was a pretty fun little tweet that I saw. And when we actually got to the show, look at Oba Femi's handprint on the back of Axiom. That is pretty brutal. And it was a pretty brutal night for Axiom in general. He had to face Oba Femi. Of course, he would go on to lose. And then, of course, about an hour later, he had to try and defend the NXT Tag Team Championships against Gallus. And they would emerge victorious in that one. But yeah, pretty brutal. Backstage, Ashante walked in as Dion and Karmen were embracing, sharing a moment. And he flipped out. But here you can see and Minetta saying, check out Stevie, trying to be nosy in the background. It is true, because Mr. Stone had to, like, drag her away, but she was, like, loving all the gossip. So, yeah, she was being nosy in the background. Second match, I believe it was, saw Zaria and Sol Ruca taking on Lash Legend and Jakara Jackson. And it was a good win, this, for Jakara and for Lash. I mean, Sol Ruca is no pushover. Zaria has been booked so well that actually this is a really good win for these two. Match was okay. I thought it had some moments. I didn't think it was the worst match of the night. I thought that was the main event personally. But probably could have shaved a little bit of time off this. Maybe given some of that time to the main event, which might have helped it. Because it did feel a little bit rushed. It didn't get loads of time to cook. And then, of course, there was that big controversial finish. That didn't get time to breathe either. And, yeah, I kind of felt like the way the show had been paced felt a little bit off, actually. Backstage, we had Tyreek and Tyson. They obviously were disagreeing. They lost to Hank and Tank last week. And Wes was listening in. He said that Tyreek is right and that Tyson needs to reevaluate. So is that leading to like a new faction maybe? So a new faction being teased in NXT? We also had Alba and Isla. So the former women's tag champs confronted Fatal Influence, saying they see harmony in the trio of Shotzi, Tatum and Gigi, but they see turmoil in Fatal Influence. I don't know if this is them just stopping by, or are we starting to see some transfers? Because is Shotzi just stopping by, or has she been transferred to NXT? We know that people can move around, and we've seen main roster talent go back to NXT like Baron Corbin, like Finn Balor, like Cedric Alexander, like Ashante the Adonis. Shotzi has been back there before as well, right? So I don't know. Are we going to see these two down here now? Or is this just a one-off appearance? Same with Shotzi. What's her long-term future looking like? And could we see others coming down to NXT? So definitely something to keep an eye on. Talking of Shotzi, there she was. Shotzi, Tatum and Gigi cut a promo backstage saying that they are the outcasts of the NXT roster. They will take care of Fatal Influence. This was the tag match. There was a moment in this match where Axiom went against the ropes and he collapsed down, still feeling the effects, of course, of that brutal match he had earlier against Oba. It would be a win, though, for these two, and Nathan just continues to shine for me. I thought this was a great episode for Axiom, but I thought Nathan looks so good as well. I can't wait for this team to split. I think they've been an excellent tag team. I think they have really, carried the weight of the tag division, but I feel like we're getting closer towards the men's division needs them to be two single stars again. And like a lot of people are saying, could Nathan be the next like Seth Rollins? I think Dave Meltzer described him as being someone that has the potential to go on and be the next Will Ospreay. You might not think that when you look at him because he's in Fraxiom, the tag team, right? And he just has like these kind of fun throwaway tag matches. But actually think about when he goes solo. And I know he was solo before and we couldn't quite find the character. We couldn't quite find the right vehicle for when he was solo. If we can just crack that when this team splits, we could have a real diamond on our hands here. If Nathan Frazer was in New Japan and they, found the right way of presenting him, he could go on to become a big star in that promotion. But he's in NXT. But we just don't think of him as going on to be a big star. At least I don't. I've always looked at him as being someone that's very skilled in the ring, but we just haven't found the right vehicle, the right way to present him. If we can just crack that, I think we've got something really special here. I think he's something really special. So, yeah, I thought he looked great in this match, as he has done in a lot of Fraxiom matches in recent times. WWE aired a very cool video package on the history of the NXT Women's Championship ahead of Roxanne Perez and Julia's title match at New Year's Eve. Sasha Banks, Paige, Ember Moon, Mandy Rose, they were all highlighted. So we did not shy away from showing off the history of the Women's Championship, even if people were over in AEW now or out of the business now or whatever. We showed the history of the championship. It was a very good video package. Okay, Ethan said he had lost his smile, and that seemed to pop a lot of people because, of course, everyone knows that's a line that Shawn Michaels used. I'm not going to bang on about it. I really struggled with this segment. I think that Ethan is a good heel. I think he's very unlikable. I think he's very arrogant. He's all ego. I don't think they've spent long enough trying to build up the sympathy for him. I had no sympathy for him. I don't think the live crowd had much sympathy for him. So I think when he did actually turn, it got a reaction. But I found myself just really hating this. This was a heel that was feeling sorry for himself. And I just didn't care. And honestly, I think it was one of the worst NXT segments I've seen this year until the chair bit. When he puts the chair over Javon and then stomps on it and Javon's spitting up bloods. Wow. You know, all of a sudden that bit is amazing. The stuff that came before it, for me, atrocious. But that bit with the chair, amazing, right? I really went through the emotions. So, yeah, I just don't think this was a good story. I have no sympathy for Ethan Page. I mean, the guy's lost a few matches recently. Like, for him to kind of go off the deep end like this, and for him to be, like, addressing his wife and all this kind of stuff in the ring, like, it felt so desperate. It felt like they were so desperate for us to relate to him and feel sorry for him. We were pulling every lever we could, trying every trick in the book. It just was not washing with me. Perhaps it washed with some of you. Didn't wash with me. Just was not feeling this segment at all. But this, I mean, look at it. Holy shiz. Ethan just F Javon up. This man is leaking. Yeah, this boy was bouncy, but now this man is leaking. So this was brutal. So weird. So weird how we went from what I deemed to be such a bad segment into like an amazing moment, you know. Karrion enjoyed that moment. Wrestle Knight said that conversation with All Ego must have gone well. I'm sure there must be some disappointment out there, though, because a lot of people thought he might be heading to the main roster, or it might be leading to a tag team reunion with, like, Josh Alexander. It didn't lead to any of that. It just led to Javon coming out to the ring, feeling a bit sorry for him, and then getting attacked. So I think even the payoff, not this payoff was great, but where are we? You know, where are we? All we are now is a Ethan Page, Javon Evans feud. So, I don't know. I just found it so bizarre. Main event time in LOL as Trick Williams defended his NXT Championship against Eddy Thorpe. Vic Joseph reminded us that the NXT Championship has changed hands in the LOL Memoriam Auditorium once before, when Samoa Joe dethroned Finn Balor at an NXT live event in 2016. What is going on? This is one of the major talking points. So I thought this main event was flat. There was a couple of spots that felt like they were not gelling, man. A couple of moments where I remember Trick trying to throw Eddy, and you could tell the way he was positioning himself. He was trying to knock the referee down, but the referee was out of position. So then they had to go again and do it again to knock the ref down, to then bring another ref down so that we could get to this moment here where both of their shoulders are down. Now, for me, as I was watching this, I didn't notice Eddy's hand there. So for me, Trick's shoulders might be down, but he is pinning Eddy. Eddy is not pinning Trick. So for me, I was like, I don't see the controversy. Like, Trick wins. But then people have pointed out, well, hang on, his arm is there. But then other people are saying his foot is also under the rope, like, and then people are saying referee's decision is final and blah, 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 blah. This is messy, right? This is very messy. Now, I don't know if what I'm about to show you is a spoiler. It's nothing major, okay? So you don't need to worry about this changing anything, right? Or, you know, but they never showed this, or I never saw this. So I don't know, maybe if you lot got it in America and we didn't get it over here, but I'm going to show it anyway. So not this bit, we got this bit. This is Ava talking to the refs. Who is the champ? One ref is saying it's Trick. One ref is saying it's Eddy. Ava's like caught in the middle, right? We got that bit. We got that bit. The spoiler bit is, I think this bit here. Yeah, this bit here, right? Again, I don't know that this is a spoiler. I don't think it gives much away, okay? Holy shiz, HBK. So HBK comes out, Shawn Michaels comes out, and it looks like you can see Trick and Eddy are kind of getting like about to get physical there. So we did wonder what happened after the cameras, and we know that next week's NXT is taped. So I don't know if they're going to, well, they will. They will show this footage at the start of next week. There isn't loads to take away from these images, and I don't have any other spoilers or anything like that, but Shawn comes out and both wrestlers confront Ava. We know that Eddy has got in trouble before for knocking Ava down, and we saw Shawn grabbing Eddy and hurling him up against the shutters. So is this going to be like a continuation of this? I don't know. I mean, what I do know is that if we don't address this, Trick's championship reign is going to be shrouded in controversy. There's plenty of people out there thinking that Eddy should now be the champion. I think the right thing to do is just run it back, do the rematch, you know, run it back. And I don't even know if you do it as a cage match or whatever it might be. Maybe a special guest referee type situation. I'm never really a fan of that, to be honest, but where you've had like a referee knockdown, you might want to do that. I'm not sure, but yeah, this is the latest that I've seen on that situation. And Fade said this man, Javon Evans, just lost all his teeth. So let's have a little look here. So for me, I mean, I've seen people going, oh man, he must have got really hurt. I mean, what I would say is for me, this is a blood capsule, yeah? And they're doing their best to make this look as bad as possible. There he is, look, spitting out more. You can see like all the other stuff. He was coughing it up before. So certainly to my knowledge, there's nothing here that I'm thinking is legit. There's nothing here that I'm thinking is a real injury. I'm thinking these are just blood capsules. But I have had people going, oh my God, I hope Javon's okay and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, for those that are like seriously worried, I wouldn't really worry. I've not heard of any legitimate injury here. So there we go. That is, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't, if he was actually injured, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be putting this video out. Okay, so that was NXT. Let's go WWE, shall we? We've got a few bits in here. So I had quite a few people tag me in this. So watch some Tough Enough earlier. This video is from 2015 of Chelsea arriving. The first two shots of her in the house are with the United States Championship when she first comes through the door. And then as they switch camera, you see Saturday night's main event. Isn't that bonkers? Isn't that bonkers? So she was on Tough Enough. And one of the first things you see is a United States Championship. And then one of the very next things you see is a Saturday night's main event banner. She, of course, would become the first women's United States Champion on Saturday night's main event. Imagine telling her that back then. So, Carl, thank you. Tagging me in that 22 hours ago. Saturday night's main event did 1.59 on NBC. And apparently when you add in the Peacock viewers and whatnot, it's like over 2 million something. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the right number is. Some people are saying it's over 2 million. Some people are saying the 1.59. I suppose they're both correct. It's just which one you want to run with, really. But for NBC TV, it did, in America, 1.59. Corey said the belief is that the vignette from tonight or last night's episode of Raw is indeed for Penta. There we go. J Omega, shout out to you. Mitchell, thank you. WrestleLamia says these are the wrestlers with the most losses in 2024. So Shinsuke with 52, Dominik with 50, JD McDonough with 50, Finn Balor with 49. So it has not been a good year for Judgment Day. It has not been a good year at all. This has been an even worse year for Shinsuke, but at least they gave him some at the end of the year. On the flip reverse, and again, Mitchell, thank you. These are the wrestlers with the most wins in 2024. Look at that. LA Knight. LA Knight right up there. Jey Uso right up there. Not a great start to the year, I would imagine, because 83 matches, but 51 wins. Like, that means he's took some L's in 2024, but still is in the top 4 for the most wins. Bianca Lux, 61 out of 72. Cody, 94 out of 97. Cody is almost at 97% win ratio for 2024. Super Cody. Liv Morgan and Dom were like, oh, that sucks. They didn't care at all, says Fightful. So here, look. We've got the moment that the War Raiders win. Finn should have listened to Finn. Oh, look at that reaction. Oh, man. We'll figure this out. Yeah, I mean, they're not livid, are they? They're not losing it that the Judgment Day have just lost the tag titles. In fact, at one point, Liv gives a little smile to Dominik. So, as Fightful said, they didn't care at all. Liv Morgan's megaphone on Monday night had Monday Night Morgan labelled on it. Look at that. Monday Night Morgan. Yeah, I didn't even notice that at the time. Amazing. And Sean Ross Sapp said, I've been told, this was an hour ago, LA Knight is not injured. So earlier there was a post from a location, some wine and spirits place that we're going to have LA Knight appear. They said due to injury, LA Knight is not available to attend. And so we've got Braun Strowman coming instead, right? But obviously that did the rounds. Everyone's like, what? LA Knight's injured. But Sean Ross Sapp saying, no, I've reached out and apparently he isn't injured. So not sure what's gone on there, to be honest. Let's have a look at Wyatt. Not loads. Had a few people getting in touch saying, did you notice the Paul Ellering look at the end? And I did, but I don't know what it means. Like, Karrion seemed to stare at Ellering. Ellering kind of caught his eye and was a bit nervous. Sort of looked at AOP like, you know, am I being betrayed here? Am I being turned on here? Like, it was interesting. I don't know where this is going. The theory that I put out on social media was, you know, I think that Karrion cares for Paul. You know, he's said that a lot about, you know, Paul was attacked and he's used that as a way of getting Miz to do things, yeah? So I think he does care for Paul, but Paul is also a weakness for Karrion, because if something happens to Paul, that's a way of getting to Karrion, much like Scarlett is, you know? If you do something to Scarlett, you'll get into Karrion. So I wonder if he's looking at Paul as being a bit of a liability. I wonder if it's like, I love you, but we can't go any further with this, you know? You can't be a part of this group anymore. You're a weakness for me. I don't know. That was just a thought, just a theory that I had, because I did notice this look, but I didn't know what it meant, to be honest. Nikki Cross says, mercy. And also there, look, tagging in the thing from Raw Talk. I suppose in a way, just to make sure that those that may have missed it don't miss it, you know. She did have another post as well, actually, which people were tagging me in. Don't know why it didn't make this folder. This one here, I got tagged in it quite a bit. Nikki Cross saying, isn't she lovely? And again, a still image from that video. So yeah, I don't know why that didn't make this folder. Perhaps I just forgot to save one in here. I'm not sure, but not much to really take away from that anyway, to be honest. Right, top story. Let's go community. So Wrestle Night, shout out to you. Said this wasn't on my bingo card, but Kylie Ray left me a like. So Wrestle Night, congrats. And Fergie Kruger said, I was at the double taping of Raw. Seth and Punk fought right in front of me. I love this. I love it when people go to the shows from the community and they send us these like little pics, or even if it's just them like in the crowds. But yeah, Fergie Kruger, I really appreciate this. Look how close. Look at that. Look at that. What great images this is. There's CM Punk. Look at this. Bloody hell. Wow. I didn't even realize it was this close. There's Seth Rollins fighting right behind Fergie Kruger. So love that. Really good. Really good. So, yeah, very, very good. Let's get into the fun folder because something in my brain is telling me there's quite a bit in here. Yeah. Kojiko. So here, look, Julia twerking at last night's house show, right? Bop, 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 bop. Bop. Love it. Love it. Bop, 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 bop. I mean, I don't know if that's her new finishing move, but it slayed me. Miss Clown, shout out to you. Just some fun pictures, which I've never seen before. Look at these. These must be like old Christmas pictures. Yokozuna, shiz on me. Look at this. These must be from back in the day. Woo! And Hogan saying, I suck. Better than Bret. I love that one. That's great, isn't it? Bret Hart, Owen Hart. And that's the kind of thing he would have done as well. He loved like ribs, and that you could totally see him wearing that shirt. So that's lovely. That is Bret and Owen. I don't really understand this. I don't know what's happened. Snakes in my butt. And we've got E.T. We've got Stone Colds. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Right, Lyra is on her way to OTT Wrestling, but she bumped into an old friend.
Tatum! We need to talk. Yeah, that's what phones are for. What do you...
That's my favourite bit. I just love how she goes, yeah, that's what phones are for. Yeah, it's really good. I mean, they just go into who's such and such, basically her opponent. Oh, I've not seen her for a long time. I'm going back to see it. Like, they go into a bit of promotion for OTT. But I do like that bit where she makes a jump. We need to talk. Yeah, that's what phones are for. I did enjoy it. Right, this is WWE Superstars trying to do their best impression of the signature Netflix ta-dum sound, right? When you first go onto Netflix.
Ta-dum.
Dun-dun.
Ta-dum. Ta-dum.
To-do?
Ta-dum. Ta-dum.
To-do. Right? Is that it?
Is it that? Is it more a dun? Yeah, perhaps it's not a ta-dun. Perhaps it's more a ta-dun. Is it that one? How many noises have they got? Is it that one? That's not a ta-dun. That's a dudun. Coach Co, shout out to you. Hey, look at this. Ref cam.
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, James!
Oh, mate.
James! For breaking, what are you doing? Don't yell at me! Get her out of the corner now. Pull her. 1, 2.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh!
Oof.
Damn.
Damn.
Damn!
Damn.
Oh! Oh! 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
It's pretty fun.
Thank you. Oh!
Oh, mate, that is brutal, isn't it? That is brutal.
Thank you. Oh, James!
He was just doing his job. Right, Wrestle Night. Shout out to you, Wrestle Night. I gotta say, tagging me in loads of great stuff today. Iyo Sky got Rhea Ripley this sweater for Chris. So that is Merry effing. I don't even know what that says. It doesn't say Christmas, does it? It says like what? So there we go. That's what she must have got for her Secret Santa. We all saw yesterday what she got Natalia. An amazing gift. Amazing. Okay, does pineapple go on pizza? We gave NXT Superstars the chance to ask each other whatever they wanted. Coach Code, thank you. Let's check this out.
Ava, the mayor. What is my hidden talent?
Jada's hidden talent is that she can suck all of the meat off of a wing dry to the bone. That is her hidden talent. I would like to ask Lexus King a question. What is the worst date that he has ever taken someone on?
You know, one time I took a woman to a butterfly sanctuary and none of the butterflies were there. They were all hibernating for the winter. And yeah, pretty much never saw that girl again. We're gonna bump this question over to Miles Bourne. Does pineapple go on pizza?
Pineapple go on pizza? No, absolutely not. That's terrible. I'd like to ask Ridge a question. What is it like being able to hear? Like the bugs, the birds, I hear them always making noise. That gotta be annoying.
The only thing I hear is when I step on them in the crunch. So that's all I hear. I've got a question for someone though. What I want to know is why Alba Fyre's favourite colour is pink. It's not pink. My favourite colour is not pink. It's in fact royal blue, which I have on right now.
It's pink.
Yes, and no more questions. We're done.
So there we go. Obafemi's favourite colour is pink. Who knew? So, Coach Code, thank you, my friends. Chelsea Green said, now that I'm your longest reigning WWE US champ, I am officially inviting Cardi B to challenge me. So there we go. A challenge has been laid down. Imagine if we get that match. Imagine that. Imagine Cardi B. Imagine Chelsea bumping around for Cardi B. I could actually see that happening, actually. Right, here's WrestleOps. Kurt Angle said Vince McMahon is going straight to hell when he dies. I don't know what it is about Vince. He's so complicated. He does some crazy shiz. To be the owner of a company and to do some of the shiz he does, it's like WTF, man. Vince is a very special individual and blah, 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 right? And he says, and he's definitely going to hell when he dies, yeah? Kurt Angle responded, and he was like, to everyone seeing this, I meant for it to be a joke. I don't know why WrestleOps or whoever came up with this quote and made it look serious. It was a joke. I actually complimented Vince on his business mind and his incredible work ethic, but I guess they decided to leave that out. Of course they did. Well, there we go. I mean, welcome to the world of wrestling journalism. I'm not sure why you're surprised. So, yeah, this looks amazing. I don't think we're going to get away with playing it, but Wrestle Night, thank you. So this is a new movie in a time, going back to like the 30s. I think it's like Mildred Burke, right? When wrestling for women was like outlawed. And there's like the stars in this film. You've got Naomi, you've got Britt Baker, you've got Jim Cornette, Camille, Toni Storm. All going to be in this, called Queen of the Ring. It's going to be in theaters March 7th. Trinity, Naomi, said in a time when pro wrestling for women was illegal all over the country, a small town single mother embraces the danger to change culture as she dominates America's most masculine sport to become the first $1 million female athlete in history, based on a true story. See the full trailer below. So there we go. That is the trailer. It is up. It is available now to view over on Netflix. And boom. Yeah, it's kind of thrown my thing. Oh, there we go. Yeah, so it is available to view now on Netflix. It's called Queen of the Ring, right? Roman Reigns with his own Air Reigns clothing line. Now, we've looked at this previous Wrestle Night again, thank you. I think this is just a rehash of the same video that we've seen on Unseen months ago, but we are now getting closer towards the release. So I think that's why it's shown itself again. But I've seen this video. I remember seeing all of this, and it's been in a previous Unseen. But these are coming out 2025 Air Reigns. Look at this. So it looks like Roman Reigns, the Jumpman, coming together for all of this stuff.
Jumpman forever, baby.
Jumpman forever. There we go. So some new stuff on the way. Roman Reigns with his own Air Reigns clothing, produced by Jordan, released in 2025. And then we had this as well. Undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes is going to appear on a children's UK TV channel called CBeebies. And this is actually quite an honour. They get in some of the world's biggest stars to read kids a bedtime story, right? It's the kind of thing you can snigger at, laugh at, and be like, you know. But it is an honour. And actually it is something that, like, people are like, yeah, I was really pleased to be asked to do it, kind of a thing, right? So let's play this. You'll see. I mean, like, this is Idris Elba, right? Kylie Minogue's in it as well, and Cody is one of the people.
Hello, I'm Idris.
I'm Kylie.
My name is Mo.
I'm Cody. It's a pleasure to meet you.
And I think there is something special about
this time of year.
Now it's time to go and have a fairy tale adventure of your own.
Let's count down to Christmas together in
tonight's Christmas CBeebies bedtime story.
Ho, ho, ho.
Why don't you curl up tight into your bed?
And once I've started reading, you'd better believe I'm going to finish the story.
Hello, I'm
Let's go, man. Let's go. Yeah, I mean, that's just great for kids, isn't it? Wholesome. You know, in a world of guns and violence. Here's a massive name reading you a bedtime story. It's pretty cool. So there we go. That was let's go into the thanks folder, shall we? Let's dish out some thanks. So, Johnny, shout out to you, my friend, tagging me in that Kurt Angle response just an hour ago. Chris, appreciate the retweet, dude. Wrestle Night, tagging me in so much stuff. I was worried this was just going to be constant Wrestle Night stuff. But, yeah, really appreciate it. Some really good stuff found. Emmanuel, appreciate it. Tagging me in the OTT Lyra Valkyria story. Wrestling's biggest fan. Thank you for the retweet, my friend. Sweet Chin Wrestling, thank you. Miss Clown, tagging me in this from WWE and the Ref Cam. Wrestling Burner, tagging me in this bedtime story thing. Johnny, thank you, my friend, also tagging me in the Lyra thing. Manuel with the retweet, really appreciate it. Big Migs Gaming, thank you, my friend, with the retweet. Same with Big Bam, thank you. Wrestling XFR, thank you, my friends. Lynette, thank you for the retweet. Same with It's Kaz. Kelly the Wise Lady as well. King Yeet Newsletter, thank you. Matter, appreciate it. Same with Mr. West. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. NS Mommy, thank you, my friend. And Raymond, appreciate the support as always. So there we go. That was today's Unseen. Lots of bits and bobs in there. Hope you enjoyed it. We will be back with another tomorrow, but don't forget, we have got that Raw Netflix kickoff show to get our teeth into. We're doing a live stream for that, so bonus live stream this week. So we will be back tomorrow. It's already set up on the channel. But I think that thing's like 2 Eastern, 7 p.m. UK time. So it's a bit of a strange time. But we will be here for it. And I honestly don't know what to expect. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.